evening, Bluegrass fans. Welcome to the LNS Customs 145, Chris? 15. Sorry. As Chris just told me, I already forgot the mileage as we are here with the beautiful, beautiful Xfinity cars. Not that many drivers in the field tonight for the Xfinity race, so we will have a small field for tonight. But other than that, still looking forward to a great race, nevertheless, and we got a lot of good, talented race car drivers out there in these Xfinity cars, as we know. Sometimes these road courses you'll see in the leagues, sometimes you have it where you just don't see a lot of drivers out on the track because they don't like those rights and lefts, and seems like tonight it might be one of those nights, but hey, we're still going to enjoy some awesome, awesome Xfinity action from the guys out on the track. We know we got a lot of talented boys out here in the Xfinity field, and they're ready to take to COTA here for day 2 here, week number 4, as we roll ourselves Xfinity style into the Circuit of Americas here in Austin, Texas. And Chris, last night we saw so many drivers. Jason Bridges, comes to my mind when I think of it, is leading the race early. Very dominant car, very fast out in clean air. But when it comes to being in traffic, maybe burning the tires up a little bit too much, using up that equipment, we saw a lot of drivers starting to fall off last night. A lot of problems with slipping, plodding, getting all over the place. How do you think these drivers coming into tonight are going to take their strides as they were able to see last night what the truck series do, but going into turn 1 in any series here at COTA always could be one of those just what's the word I'm looking for? Wake-up calls.
A disaster is a word you could also call, going into turn 1 like that. Is right now we're riding on board here with Jason Collins, the league owner himself, out here in that 3 machine, setting a lap right now. So he should be coming around here in just a second, as it looks like he's going up through turn 15, coming down into that turn 16 to 17 right here, and then going to hook it really hard to the left. Yeah, Josh, but to go back to what you were talking about, all the drivers slipping, sliding. You see a lot of drivers getting on the edge there. Like you were saying, Jason Bridges, one of those drivers that he had the lead there early on in the race, and then a lot of tire issues. Like he said, I want to say he said, he had a lot of tire issues coming, trying to back up to the leader. So you're probably going to see a lot of drivers who aren't used to that right and left, messing those tires up, trying to catch back up. So it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers react to that right-handed turn, as it looks like Logan Joyner in that 34 machine, that Terry Labonte throwback, looks like he's going to set himself up into that pole position with a 218.69. He is currently the only driver set a lap time as we'll ride on board here with Jason Collins. Looks like he's pretty much in the same part of the track right now. So you see him cutting down. Whoa, big lock up there from the 3. Looks like he's going to get it slowed up there, coming out of turn 15 into 16. Or no, wait, this is the front straightaway, excuse me, all out of sorts, as it looks like he's going to set himself into that second position with a 222.33. Then right behind him, Bryce Hunter in that 9 machine, going to set himself in the third position with a 223.76. So as you see, a 3.64 second difference gap between that 34 machine and that 3 of Jason Collins. So Jason Collins going to have to get a little bit under himself. Like Will Weber set himself up into that P3 spot right now. So, whoa, Nate Maurer in that 971 going to set himself up into the third spot now. So he's going to jump Will Weber with a 222.79. Will Weber going to set a 223.66. So Will Weber set himself in 4th. Bryce Hunter going to move himself back to that 5th spot. Logan Joyner currently sitting in the lead with that 218.69, the current fastest lap on the track. So 34 setting himself up for a good position. But right now, Brad Gebhardt coming out onto the track in that 44 Toyota Supra to see what kind of lap he sets. Looks like Ron Morris Jr. is currently sitting in the pits right now, getting ready to come out for his lap. But we've only got a minute and 48 seconds left in this qualifying session, so not a lot of time for these drivers to get those laps under their belts here now, because it is about a 2-second lap, 2-second lap time, and then we'll have enough time. 2 minutes. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
As you're seeing Brad Gebhardt now get through 16, come up to 17 here, as he's going to swing through the double apex here. Big wide there for that 44 of Brad Gebhardt, though, but about a minute left remaining time, so he might be able to set himself a lap here if he hasn't had any, occurrences that we haven't seen off tracks or anything. But is that 44 going to get her woed up for turn 20, get her onto the front stretch? We'll see if he's able to set an actual time lap. We know qualifying very strict here, and it looks like a 2:21.319 for Brad Gebhardt. That will put him into P2, but it looks like we have about 8 more drivers. 9 more drivers that have not qualified yet. We'll see if they do indeed qualify. Well, actually, they can't. I said that with 27 seconds remaining, like they're going to get around a 2-minute plus track in 20 seconds. But looks like our field's going to be set here in just a moment. 18 seconds left to grid. And Chris, I think you said you needed to get over to the YouTube chat.
No, yeah, just in the Facebook chat, Daniel Worthington saying good luck to everyone. Good to have you here, Daniel. See Wes Wiggin in the Facebook chat. He says good luck, fellas. Good to have you here, Wes. Daniel Worthington also with the 50 stars. Appreciate it, man. Really appreciate that. Ronnie Shirt saying I hope to survive this place. I'm just here for the points.
Yeah, I agree with that, Ronnie. As it's going to be a fun night here. The grid has been set here for the LNS Customs 115, as you're going to see these Xfinity cars take to it. As we'll just think of it like an open wheel race, Chris, where there's only about 20 cars out on the track at the time. 14 here tonight, as Chris said. The Xfinity Series in its first season, or as not Chris said, but Xfinity season being this inaugural season. So we got some driver seats that need to be filled, it looks like. So if you're one of those Bluegrass fans looking to drive in the series, it definitely hit up the Facebook page. Not sure when they're I'm not going to sit here and say that they're going to recruit you in, you'll start next year. I know they are recruiting still, I know, for some series. So either way, hit them up. You might be able to get yourself in a seat, but we'll go ahead and get you through your qualifying grid here tonight, as it's going to be that 34. And Chris, that's the second time we've seen a number 34 on pole position here 2 nights in a row. It's going to be that 34 of Logan Dorner, that Jim Beam, Berman, Budweiser, Chevy, Camaro, that Terry Labonte throwback. He is going to sit himself on the pole. Then it's going to be Brad Gebhardt, that 44 Toyota, sitting himself outside pole. Jason, who has just actually spawned in that Bluegrass Xfinity ButtKicker Chevy Camaro number 3, is going to be sitting in that 3rd position. Bryce Hunter going to be in P4 with Nate Maurer sitting P5. Will Weber going to line up P6 here tonight with Robbie Richards in P12. Christopher Pendell is going to be starting P8. Ronnie Shirk, that 51 machine who's just trying to survive, starting P9. Michael Brisson P10 with John Pill in that 7 machine who has not gridded up yet, starting 11th. Josh Clemens in 12th. Chris LeBourgeois in 13th. And Ron Morris Jr., your Truck Series debut winner at Daytona. He is going to round out the grid, still getting that experience in that P13 spot. And it looks like Pill maybe not have made grid.
Yeah, it looks like that 7 to John Pill and the Lucky Duck number 7. Looks like he's going to start from the pit lane. So one of those drivers that we always look forward to out here on the track. John Pill, he was one of those really good drivers last season. Just going to go ahead and elect to start from the pits. Maybe got up, go to the bathroom. I know I've had that happen before. Get up, go to the bathroom, come back. You're like, oh, I got like 45 seconds left. And then the next thing you know, you're sitting in the pits. Is also in the Facebook chat. I see Akamai Proctor. What's up, Josh and Chris? Let's go Xfinity, guys. Have a blast tonight. Hey, man, good to have you here, Akamai. It's really good to have you here in the Facebook chat. We're here to have some fun, man. Like these Xfinity cars, they've always been a a guilty pleasure of mine. So I'm really excited to see these Xfinity cars going left and right.
Oh yeah, especially at this beautiful complex we have here in Austin, Texas. As it looks like out of turn 19, we're going to have some drivers getting ready to go here in just a moment. Get those belts tight one more time, driver, because this ain't Darlington. This ain't no Richmond. This is Circuit of the Americas. This is a track that is going to take physically everything you've got to stay on the knife's edge to make it around here at the pace you need to keep. As rolling up, they'll take the green flag here in just a moment. I learned that last night as I caught it way early. As here comes that 34. Green flag waves, and he is going to get off to a great start, as well as that 44 Brad Gebhardt. He might actually be a will ahead by the time they get up the hill into turn 1, but a big break zone here as the 44 looks like he might have just outbraked the 34 a little bit as they're going to get wide. The 44 going to go out onto that rumble strip, 2 tires. That 34 going to have the inside. They're going to be too wide here in through turn number 2, into turn number 3, through 4, 5, and 6. The S's for the first time tonight looks like they're not going to go too wide. Brad Gebhardt going to surrender that first place position battle and going to go ahead and just roll it behind as you see the field just kind of making their way through the S's as Jason Collins getting a little bit out of sorts. That's going to open the door for that 971. Nate Maurer, you see Bryce Hunter as well. Looks like that 4 machine getting a little bit out of sorts. You see the 12 as well, but go back up on board here with Logan Joyner. That's right now out in the lead here is that 44 Brad Gebhardt still trying to apply the pressure as they shoot it over the hill and down in through turns 10 into turn 11.
Yeah, saw a couple of drivers hitting the banana bumps back there, doing a little bit of two-wheel driving. Don't know who that was, but did see him hit that banana bar. Whoa, big block up there from the 44 Brad Gebhardt. Looks like he's having to get on that brakes just a little harder than he wanted to. That's going to open up the door for Jason Collins. He's going to be able to make up that position as they're going down the backstretch here into turn 12. This is one of those places last night, Josh, that we saw a lot of drivers make or break some time as they got up here to this major braking zone.
And you see Jason already sticking his nose inside that clean air. Looks like he was trying to just extend to see if maybe that 44 got on the brakes a little bit early. But he's not. That 3 going to get there and still hold that 3rd position. But now he's going to try to make up the position here. That could have been a little bit of contact from Collins, and that 44 looks like that 3 already ready to go, Chris. He wants to make up as many positions as he can here early at Coda.
Yeah, but you see Logan Joyner, he's starting to enjoy this battle that's going on behind him. You got the 971 and Nate Maurer, who's up in position as well right now. So that 971 also looking to get up here and start mixing it up with the boys. But if you're Logan Joyner, you're now out to a 2.5 gap between the guy behind you. So, you know, that's something that you want to see. You want to see that 3 and that 44 battling behind you. But right now, Nate Maurer, he likes also what he's seeing in front of him. That's going to slow up everybody in front of him and allow him to catch back up.
Indeed, that 971 sitting in a comfortable 4th right now here early. Oh, as it looks like the 12 is around. This will see what happened here too. Richards, as the Toyota going to get her woed up here. Looks like he just got around it. Chris, we saw that same exact thing happen last night in the Truck Series at 4 turn 19. It seems like it's just one of those corners. It is very, very fast. It's very sharp. You have to set the car up perfectly or it'll just go around either way. And, you know, driving so many varying disciplines of cars through turn 19, I can tell you, it doesn't matter what you're in. That turn right there will catch you out in anything.
Yeah, that's one of the turns that's really talked about. You know, it's one of the turns that you got to be on your game. You know, just like that, and turn 12. You know, turn 12 is one of those turns as well that you got to be on the brakes. You know, at the right time, at the right moment. Whoa, a big slide there from the 34. Big slide from the 44. Brad Gebhardt also getting a little sideways back there. It's going to open up the door for Jason Collins. He looks like he right now hasn't been really doing a lot of slipping and sliding. So that 3 machine looks like he's driving on the inside.
3.
Whoa, he's getting on the inside of the 44.
Big lock up, and there he goes. Jason Collins, the 2nd place. Good move from that 3 of Jason Collins to get himself up into 2nd. Here at lap number 2, he's moved himself up a position here down the back straightaway. And we'll check that out one more time as he comes over the hill at 10. You see, look at the distance he's got from that 44. And that 44 just got caught sleeping, man. Jason Collins with an excellent move right there to the inside.
Yeah, you see Brad Gebhardt looks like he thought he was going to take a really wide apex there. Probably dive it down on that apex. And then that 3 was like, you know what, guys? I see that he's leaving that spot open, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. As I did just see in the Facebook chat,
whoa,
Joe
Jason loose.
Yeah, I see that. Jason Collins getting a little loose. Thank you, Joey. Got it fixed right now.
As Chris is over here in endurance time set, thinking we're on the road courses. He's thinking, hey, gotta have it in endurance time, man. But got that back to the laps. Thank you for noticing that, Joey. If you're not an ace on the track, you're an ace in the chat. So thank you, bud, for thinking that out for us. But we get back up and look at that, man. Jason Collins just got passed by that 44 Brad Gebhardt again, Chris. Collins back in that third position, and now he is starting to get under attack to that 971 and Nate Maurer. As we know, Maurer knows how to get it done. He's one of those drivers that has been very solid, has one win this season. I see him getting a little bit loose there, coming out of one, down the hill into turns two. But Maurer, one of those drivers, man, each week you have to look for that 971. And it looks like here at COTA, it's going to be one of those weeks that you're going to have to look again for that 971 to have a very, very good points finish, if not a podium or a stronger finish than the podium. You know, maybe taking home the win number 2 here tonight. But, you know, it's looking very strong for Logan Joyner right now. That 34 machine just cruising 2.8 second gap back to Brad Gebhardt. And it seemed like last night, it's kind of the same vibe we got. It seems like on these road courses in a lot of not even just, you know, Bluegrass, but a lot of leagues in general, you'll see you got that one guy that just is a absolute ace on the road course, just knows what to do, hit every single mark. And then you've got the guys that are, you know, still trying to kind of learn and grasp it. So give these boys a couple races, give them a couple more seasons to let everybody get tuned back into the road courses. And I feel like each of these road course races are going to start to look like super speedway races, man. Because I don't know, if you look at you know, the real life deal, I mean, you got guys up there winning them that you would never expect to be winning them. So there's a lot of work going into these road courses, not only in the real life, but I think in the Bluegrass series after tonight at COTA, you're going to see a lot of these guys starting to put in, or this week in general at COTA, but over through the truck all the way up. Is we got a big lockup from Roddy Shirka behind that 12 of Robbie Richards. And I was going to just continue on what I was saying. After this week at COTA, I feel like a lot of drivers going to be looking back and thinking, man, maybe I should try to perform a little bit more on the road courses. We might be seeing some of these drivers get their A game up as Ronnie Shirk starting to try to make a big move, but that 76 of Rob Morris Jr. looks like he has had an issue.
Yeah, it looks like that 76 went around there just a little bit. Yeah, Brad Gebhardt's got that gap down to Logan Joyner now to a 2.5 second gap. So that 44 is starting to creep back up on that 34's back bumper. But look at that, Jason Collins starting to close that gap up to that back bumper of Brad Gebhardt as well. So a lot of these drivers are up here in the front. They are still fighting it out. Looks like Will Weber going to go ahead and pull the trigger, come down pit lane. 10 laps before the stage break at lap 14. So the 4 machine going to go ahead and pull it down pit lane at lap 4. That is an early pit strategy there. We're going to go back up here with Brad Gebhardt. You see he's still about 2.5 seconds back from that 34 machine. There you see the gap as you see the 34 machine going through turns 5, about to go into turn 6. Now that 44 going through turn 6. Jason Collins looks like he went a little wide just there. But that's looks like he's got it under control again. But you see Nate Maurer looks like he's fallen back just a tad bit. Now got a 2.5 second gap between him and that 3 of Jason Collins. So 971 looks like he might just be in conserve mode right now. But hey, let's not count out that 9 of Bryce Hunter. That Empire Motorsports number 5 doing a good job sitting, or excuse me, number 9 doing a good job sitting in 5th place. So Bryce Hunter still sitting up here in the top 5 with Chris LeBourgeois right behind him. He was the Truck Series guy that we didn't really know last season, but hey, he has really come to show that he is a dang good driver here in this Bluegrass Series. So Chris LeBourgeois currently sitting in that 6th spot. Christopher Pendell, that 94th machine, sitting in that 7th spot. John Pill, who started in the pits, he's got up to that 8th spot. So that 7 machine, that Natalie's machine looked really good. But that Lucky Ducks Motorsports number 7 doing a good job up here in that 8th spot. You got Josh Clements currently behind him, sitting in that 9th spot with Robert Richards in that 12 machine. As you saw him go around there a little bit earlier, he's currently sitting in that 10th spot. You got Ron Morris Jr. right behind him with Will Weber, who just came out of the pits not too long ago, in that 12th spot. Michael Brisson coming down the hill into turns 11 currently sitting at that 13th spot. And it looks like Ronnie Shirk had an issue. He's not on the track no longer, Josh.
He said he was trying to survive, and I don't think survive that Ronnie Shirk machine did. It looks like he has just manually disconnected, so I'm assuming he did just have an accident. Oh, yeah, he did. Big into the wall through the S's.
Yeah, as we're riding on board here with that 51 machine, just going to see what happened to Ronnie Shirk. He was one of those drivers that we were talking about. Whoa, just got really loose, got into the 12 machine. Oh, that's unfortunate there for Robert Richards. The 51 looks like he just got stuck in that wall, though. Yeah, look at him trying to go. He is just stuck, Josh. Oh, unfortunate for that 51 machine of Ronnie Shirk.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate for Ronnie, man. He just wanted to survive here. He still had the opportunity to get back out on the racetrack if he didn't get stuck, and unfortunate. He's going to have to end the night early, and you hate that for Ronnie Shirk. Defended Truck Series champion, trying to make his way up into Xfinity, bid his name in the higher ranks here in Bluegrass. And unfortunately for him, his night has ended early. Lap number 5 here at Circuit of the Americas. And we've already got one driver out, down to 13 cars here now, as Logan Joyner still out in the lead, 2 3/10 to Brad Gebhardt. Brad still keeping a reasonable gap in between him and Logan. It's one of those gaps that at any moment he could make a very, very strong pounce with one little lockup, one, just missed braking zone by just a little bit. That 44 could be ready to pounce. Jason Collins as well in that same striking zone as Nate Maurer sitting about a second and a half back from him. Maurer still doing a good job to stay in that just danger zone to Collins. Kind of still letting him know, hey, I'm here, man. Check your mirror. Like I said, that 1 5/10 gap, that can be made up in a one braking zone by just really messing up and seeing a driver really get out of sorts. You can hit your stride at perfect, hit your marks. It can really set you up for a passive position. So why you look at these gaps on these road courses and think, man, I'm 3 seconds. Whoa, Brad Gebhardt, moment. As he is going to get loose there through 16.
Yeah, you saw Brad Gebhardt. Looks like he got on the brakes just a little hard, maybe going a little faster than he wanted to. That 44 machine having to get really hard on those brakes, getting that rear end around just a little bit. But hey, he's got it back under control. It looks like Christopher Pendell having a little bit of off track, might have just been where he hit that apex. I know SDK hates road courses, so it's one of those things where they see any 2 tires go off the track, they're like, oh my gosh, something happening. But yeah, maybe just having that go on. But it looks like Jason Collins starting to just slowly reel in that 44 Brad Gebhardt. He's got about an 8/10 of a gap on him. You see him cutting to the inside there, trying to freak out that 44 Brad Gebhardt, just trying to get him to run a little wide so he can mess him up, get himself in position. But that 3 machine doing a good job out there on the track right now. We do know these road courses, they are not fun, especially when you're just used to that going left. It definitely is a headache when you have to go right. But also in the YouTube chat, I see GST Spider saying, let's go Joyner. Good to have you on that YouTube chat, man.
Yeah, good to have all of our fans here on the Bluegrass Series here for that Tuesday night Xfinity Series, as we are here lap number 6 at Coda. Joyner still out to a comfortable lead as Gebhardt second, Collins third, Maurer fourth. Bryce Hunter going to be 5th with LeBourgeois in 6th. Pendell going to be in 7th with Clemens in 8th. Pill in 9th. Weber going to be in 10th with Richards in 11th. Ron Morris Jr. going to be in 12th with Brisen at 13th. And rounding out your field, retired for the night, is going to be that 51 of Ronnie Shirk.
As we're going back here, it looks like the 83 coming out of the S's. Whoa, hit that banana curb. He's going to get sent around. Doesn't look like he hits anything. No, that 83 of Chris LeBourgeois is going to be able to keep that car clean. Going to be able to pull it back out on the track. That is unfortunate for that 83. But hey, we saw, a couple of drivers spin last night. Still able to get back up there in the front and battle it out. We still have a stage break to go. Everybody's going to be able to get caught back up. So honestly, here in this early stage, it's just one of those things where you just kind of get to practice how you're braking zones. You can kind of overdrive the car a little bit. You're going to get a fresh set of tires. So, hey, why not spin it a couple of times?
Yeah, and it's very, very hard to go a lap down here at Circuit of the Americas. You've got to be with a badly damaged race car just off pace or had a damage for pit repairs for a lot longer than what do you expect to be down pit road 4. So, very hard to go down a lap here. It's one of those things that, like you said, Chris, just go out there and really experiment with the car. Don't go out there and absolutely destroy the car, but don't be afraid to run those tires down. You've got a not a short race here. You got to race it's long enough that you can go out there, have some fun in the first stage, really learn the race car, and come back to attack later in this race and really try to make up some ground.
Yeah, so here at lap 7, we've got a couple of drivers that are starting to get a little separated out. Logan Joyner out to about a 4 3/4, almost 4 3/4 gap, now about a 4.5-second gap on that 44 Brad Gebhardt. You see the gap there starting to slowly get bigger. That 34 starting to really pull out to the, whoa, is the 44 hitting the banana bar, the banana bumper really hard there. You saw him start going right up in the air. It looks like Michael Brisson went around just a little bit, maybe just went off track there for a second, but looks like he's got that back under control. But yeah, that 44 Brad Gebhardt definitely had a little bit of a scare there as you saw him go over that banana bumper. Woo, that would have definitely scared me if I would have hit it.
As you see the 44 Brad Gebhardt now about 5 seconds back from Joyner. He's got about a second now to Jason Collins, who is trying to grow that gap in. Now under a second. Collins with a really good drive. Out of turn 11, he might be in striking distance here at 12, Chris, and it looks like he is as he comes over the hill. Down the straightaway into 12. We'll see if that 3 extends the braking zone. There could be some contact here if somebody misses their brakes. But it looks like no one's going to get too heavy. They're both just going to roll it in. And now look at that. Mauer's starting to roll his way up, Chris.
Yeah, Nate Mauer seeing that little bit of lockup there from that 44 Brad Gebhardt. That's going to check everybody up just a little bit. So Nate Mauer slowly starting to creep his head up in here into the top 3. It looks like maybe that 3 machine might have tried to go wide just a little bit. But no, look at that big drive out there from the 3 machine. Jason Collins had a really good drive out of that turn.
Jason's starting to find some run here, or pace in this late run. Lap number 7 on these tires is Gebhardt wide out of 19. That's going to definitely open the door for Collins as he's going to move himself back up into second. Look at that, Chris. That 971, Nate Mauer, is the 44 going to go wide here. That might open the door for Nate Mauer now to Jason Collins as he got a little bit loose. Looks like the 971 still fighting some wheel spin halfway up the straightaway. As a 4-wheel Weber, you see him for just a moment. We're going to go into turn 1 here with that 971 and that 3 and that 44. It looks like Collins is around. There comes the 971 and Mauer. These guys are just really starting to struggle with these Goodyear rubbers right now, Chris.
Yeah, you're definitely starting to see a lot of tire wear starting to come into play. You know, one of those things that we were looking for was going to be, how these tires handled the stress, and it looks like the 44 Brad Gebhardt just eating that equipment up just a little bit. Look at that, the 971 and Nate Mauer washing wide. So the 971 and Nate Mauer are going to wash wide into turn 7, coming into turn 8 right now, diving it down the hill into turn 9. Yes, and seeing in the YouTube chat saying the 34 is just pulling away. Yes, sir, he is. He is out to a 8.5 second or 8 3/4 gap. So right now, that 34 Logan Joyner doing a really good job holding that lead out to a commanding lead.
Yeah, and it looks like now that Jason Collins machine going to take the head of that second little pack right here, or I say second pack, but this little pack of 3 cars that's been battling, and now Brad Gebhardt going to move himself to the back. Mauer getting a good braking into 12. We'll see if that 971 has anything to say to Jason Collins about this second place position here in just a moment. It looks like that 971 Simbox machine starting to find some rhythm as well as Jason getting a little wide and loose as you see that 971 rolling it out on the rumble strip as they're both going to get her woed up and down here at a turn number 16. And around the corner they go into 17 as it's going to be fun here getting it set up for 19 and 20. I'm expecting to see somebody get loose here between these 3 cars. There it is, Jason loose. Doesn't get as loose as I maybe expected, but these guys are throwing in a big momentum. I was about to say that is big momentum from the 3 of Jason Collins. He's going to recover, get back on the track. This isn't like Formula One. He doesn't have to just surrender his position. So the 3 going to still be out in that second place spot, but that's really going to open the door for the 971 as we get into turn 1 here. He's going to back it off early, though, as Bauer just doesn't seem like he wants to apply too much pressure and maybe get himself into a situation he doesn't want to be in here early, as he's there with Jason. He'll make the pass if he needs to, but I don't think he's really going to try to stick his foot too far in that door.
Yeah, as you see the 34 Logan Joyner just kind of pulling off from everybody. It looks like that 3 of Jason Collins starting to find a little bit more momentum. That 971 and 8 Maurer falling back just a little bit. Brad Gebhardt, though, still keeping that 971 in his front windshield. So that 971 trying to hold off Brad Gebhardt while trying to catch that 3 machine. But like we were saying, Logan Joyner just about 10 seconds almost out from Jason Collins. So the 34 is just loving what he's seeing behind him. All this battling going on between these 3 cars.
Is here at lap number 9. We're going to go ahead and throw it to a side-by-side. So enjoy a word from our sponsors here, and you're not going to miss a beat of action on the racetrack. We'll jump back if anything crazy does seem to proceed to happen. But other than that, enjoy these words from our sponsor. You won't miss a thing. We'll be right back with you. And we're riding along here with that 83 of Chris LaBourgeois. Looks like he is currently sitting in that 5th spot. So Chris LaBourgeois trying to hang on to a top 5 finish here. But we still got 25 laps to go here. Stage break should be coming up in just a few laps, as there's 25 laps to go. But Logan Joyner pulled that gap out now to a 10-second gap between him and Jason Collins. So Logan Joyner is doing a good job hanging on to this lead. It looks like he might be coming up in front of some lap traffic. He is. I want to say that is the 76. It is the 76 of Ron Morse Jr. He's starting to creep up on that back bumper, so that that 76 is going to be getting that blue flag. Going to be getting out of that way. You see him taking that inside over the curb. 34 going to get around him cleanly. Logan Joyner going to assume the back into that lead in front of that 76, but that distance between Jason Collins and him starting to shrink up just a little bit, maybe because that car was there in the middle of it, having to slow up just a little bit. But Jason Collins.
Yeah, as right now, Brad Gebhardt, Jason Collins, Nate Maurer, Christopher Pindell, Josh Clemens all coming down pit lane. Crystal Bourgeois going to assume that second position, but Logan Joyner not coming down pit lane just yet. Like Josh said, I accidentally had him muted. He said that there was 2 laps until the stage break, so pit lane will be closing in the next lap. It looks like Michael Brisson, everybody having a little bit of issue here. Maybe everybody getting really slowed up here, but you see the leaders getting around, or excuse me, that's that 3 of Jason Collins getting around them, 971 and Nate Maurer. Looks like Nate Maurer beat that 971, or excuse me, the 971 beat the 3 out of pit lane. So 971 going to be sitting in that 3rd spot right now. Jason Collins in that 4th. Brad Gebhardt right behind him in 5th spot. Bryce Hunter, who's down 2 positions, currently in that 6th spot. Josh Clemens up 5 spots in that 99, currently sitting in the 7th position. Will Weber, who's down 1 position in that 8th spot. Christopher Pindell in that 9th spot in that 94 Ford Mustang. You got John Pill in that 7 machine, having a little bit of issues there during that turn. Whoa, look at that. The 12 of Robert Richards around. Oh, turn 19 has definitely become a turn that everybody does not like. That 12 machine going to go ahead and pull it down pit lane. It looks like Crystal Bourgeois getting it slowed up coming out of turns 11, going down the hill to turn 12. Let's see if he can get it slowed down enough. Does look like he will. But you see the 971 and Nate Maurer starting to really gain on that 83. So it just goes to show you that little bit of tire difference really does help you.
Yeah, that tire difference going to be a big factor here as Joyner going to go ahead and pull it down pit road. We'll see if he does come out still in the first place here as LaBourgeois has not pitted. He should not assume the lead. It depends on how fast Joyner gets out here, which not sure. We'll see. Not the greatest at Coda pit stop, I'm not the greatest. It's only my 2nd time ever calling a race here, so.
Yeah, it looks like that 83 going to
go ahead and will come down.
Yeah, dive it down pit lane. Looks like Logan Joyner going to go ahead and pulling it out
yeah,
of
he's
pit lane.
Comfortably going to make it out in front. He will be on cold tires, though, and these boys will have the heat cycle tires already. We'll see if that 971, that 3, that 44 are going to be able to put any type of gap or gain any type of, part from that stop. But right now, it's looking like Joyner might have gotten out for the better, Chris. 12 seconds ahead of Maurer and Co.
Yeah, you see a little bit of looseness there from that 34, but that's going to be expected with those colder tires. Going to have a little bit of a looseness bug as you're trying to get them things warmed up. But like you were saying, that heat cycle not really showing an effect right now, as it looks like Michael Brisson just getting slowed down. That's what it is, just SDK having a heart attack over people slowing down. But right now, the 971 still out in front of that 3 machine. Looks like Nate Maurer starting to get out into a little bit of a gap, but that 44 Brad Gebhardt still holding on to that 3 machine of Jason Collins. So right now, we've still got a battle here for that 2nd position as Jason Collins pulling up on that back bumper of Nate Maurer.
Yeah, now it looks like Mauer's starting to find a rhythm here. He's very comfortable with the track. He's racing for that 2nd place position. He's gotten ahead of Collins, was sitting in 4th about a couple laps ago, and now he's just hanging out in that 2nd spot. So he's got himself in a good position here once we get to the stage break. He could honestly battle for this lead when they get back up here with Joyner. Going to be one of those things once we get back to the restart. If Joyner doesn't hit his marks on the restart, he could get himself in some traffic here. And we know how traffic in a road course is. It's not like Formula One here. It's not, the hardest thing to pass 24/7, but it can definitely be annoying to try to get past these guys at a track like Coda in a big old stock car.
Yeah, you seeing Jason Collins getting her woed up there. Starting to make a move on that 971. Looks like the 971 having a little bit of issue here. So Jason Collins looks like he's starting to work just a little bit there on that 971 as you see him getting around turn 15, coming down the hill into turn 16, turn 17. And the 971 going into turn 18. Looks like he's getting a little loose there. Maybe the 3 going to open up the door here.
It's not the place to try to make the pass into 19. The 3's going to back it off. We'll see him reassess the situation, try to maybe take it into 20. Looks like he's not going to do it there either. As they come around turn 20, it's going to be that 971 trying to get himself, stretch those legs. He is. He's going to stretch that engine's legs down the straightaway. He's going to keep his gap to that 3 of Jason Collins. As up the hill into turn 1, you see that 971 just getting her woed up, missing the apex by a country mile, and it looks like that's going to open up the 3 of Jason Collins for just a moment. That 971 going to be able to just power it through, get back out, pass on that outside lane, and through turns 2, up into turn 3 as we get into the S's here. Looks like it's going to be that 971 still out in the lead, but this 3-car group really bunched up now with Jason Collins and Brad Gebhardt right on that 971's tail.
Yeah, as we're riding on board here with the 34. Sorry if you don't think we're showing that much attention. I mean, he's just up here kind of on a Tuesday cruise, just not really caring about what's going on behind him, because he's got about a 15-second gap on him and that second machine, and that is your closest battle for position on the track between that 971, that 3 of Jason Collins, and that 44 Brad Gebhardt. So right now, this is currently your closest position for battle. Looks like Robert Richards having a little bit of issues here. Still, that 12 machine just looking like he just came out of a demolition derby.
Oh yeah. As it looks like Joyner's still comfortably going to be out in the lead. Pit road is closed. We should be seeing that stage break here in just a moment, as Joyner going to be grabbing the stage break, I'm sure, no doubt, unless he just has the absolute mistakes of his lifetime come out. But it looks like he's comfortably going to take the stage break. But Chris, if there's one thing we don't need to get comfortable with, it's the 34 winning a stage break and going into stage 2, going and looking dominant. We know that happened to Jason Bridges last night. He was very, very dominant through the first stage of the race, picked up the stage win. Then it came to stage 2, and it seemed like everybody just kind of found that rhythm. And he was kind of a sitting duck there. He finished 4th, I want to say, just right off the podium, which kind of stinks for it. It looks like, 76 of Ron Morris Jr. having a little bit of trouble there on the front stretch. But, that just can be one of those things. It stinks, man. We'll see if Joyner's going to get it get it wrapped up here after stage 1 and be able to continue the success he's had here early.
Yeah, as you see the 76 there of Ron Morris Jr. Like Josh said, the Daytona inaugural race winner in the Truck Series, having a little bit of issues there coming out of turn 20, just getting her a little hot, getting her around, and you see him getting her woed up though, not getting any contact into that wall. But right now, Logan Joyner still out to about a 14-second gap between him and Nate Maurer. So that 34 is still sitting out in the front, really pretty right now. And I did say that he is sitting out front, really pretty.
Yeah, Jason's starting to really will it through the S's there for just a moment. As that 3 ButtKicker machine trying to find some pace here. I know how bad Collins probably wants to get past Maurer right now, but it's one of those things. If you are in that Jason Collins machines, you probably just got to be hanging out right now. I mean, you see that 971 in front of you, and it seems like that Nate Maurer machine just is not making many mistakes right now. Very well trained and doing a good job is that 971 here at the Circuit of Americas. As we say that, though, Will Weber down pit road, and that is entering a closed pit, but he might be honestly taking the car to the hauler.
Yes, if I am in that 3 machine, I have definitely driven behind that 971. I did a Truck Series with that 971 and Nate Maurer. Do know how it is to drive behind him. He barely makes any mistakes. He's one of those guys that if he does make a mistake, then you'll get around him. But if he doesn't make any mistakes, he's always on his A game.
Yeah, Maurer, insanely good under pressure. But it seems right now he's got a lot of pressure on his back. He's doing a good job still managing the car, managing the situation. As we see that 971 machine. Looks like the caution is out. They might be racing back to the caution zone.
As I see in the YouTube chat, Josh Ryland just showed up. He said, "I'm late, but I'm here."
Yeah, Ryland, you were playing Forza. Oh, pace car going to actually pick him up the first time, Chris.
Yeah, we definitely had a shootout last night.
Really long.
That was a really long pace lap last night whenever the pace car did not pick up the field. But hey, he has definitely got the field now. So we'll get that 34 up here because right now he is currently the Twisted T Design stage winner. So we'll get him up into the booth here in just 1 second. Get a word from that 34 machine. See how that car's handling. Right now we're sitting at lap 34. We've got Logan Joyner, currently your stage winner. You got Nate Maurer sitting in that second spot with Jason Collins right behind him.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get that 34 machine. Long cautions here, so we're going to go ahead and get him up before he gets down pit road. Have a word with Joyner. See what he's got to say about that stage victory. Logan Joyner, Chris and Josh up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you just picked up that Twisted Tea stage win right there. Twisted Tea Designs, stage win is, you had about a 15-second gap there when you took the green-white checkered for that stage. Man, really, take us through what that 34 machine's got rolling tonight. It seems like you're the road course ace out here. How you feeling on the track? How's the car feeling? And what you got for us at this restart?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm the road course ace. I've had some, experience with this track and this car in other leagues, and so I've had some time with it. I only got to practice for an hour last night, but I know just keeping the rear tires on it's going to be the key to it, and just driving patiently. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. The restart will be interesting.
Yeah, man, we know how crazy it's been going up there into turn one, I'm sure, on those restarts all week. But, hey, Logan, again, congratulations on the stage break, man. We're excited to see that 34 machine roll through it the rest of the night. And, oh, yeah, man, congratulations on the dominating first stage. And hopefully we'll be talking to that 34 later on tonight.
I hope so. Let's get that first win of the season.
Heck yeah, man. Well, hey, we're going to be throwing you back down to your team. And good luck in the rest of the race, buddy. And hopefully we'll be talking to you soon.
Appreciate it, guys.
And that was that Logan Joyner machine, that 34, as he is going to pick up your Twisted Tea Design stage win here for the Xfinity race at Coda, as he's going to get it through turn 16. And yeah, so you heard it from the man himself. Maybe not the craziest road course racer in his eyes, but he's doing a mighty fine job here tonight, keeping the rear tires on the car. Like he said, just really got to keep the car well balanced, keep it where you just got to make the car do what you want it to do, and not let it ever get to the situation where the car doesn't listen to you at all, because that's one of those things where you've really just driven the absolute wheels off the car. And if the car ain't talking back, and if the car is talking back, it's probably doing wrong. It was snatching you everywhere. But hey, good job from all of our field tonight, man. We've had some accidents, but nothing too big, nothing too crazy. And right now it looks like everybody is going to come down pit road here. We'll see our stage break services commence here in just a moment. Yeah, Rowland, I know you're playing Forza. Not fair. I'll get it installed tonight and we'll play some. I got to reformat my computer after this race. So.
Look at that, Josh. The 83. The 83 of Chris LeBourgeois going to make it out in front of everybody. So Logan Joyner going to pull out in that second place position. Nate Maurer in that 971 going to pull out in third. With that 3 of Jason Collins in fourth. Brad Gebhart in fifth. Bryce Hunter sixth. Josh Clemens going to be pulling out in that 99 machine in that seventh spot. It looks like
LeBourgeois didn't take tires.
Oh. He did come down pit lane. He did come down pit lane just a couple of laps ago.
Yeah.
So maybe he's trying to play an undercut game here. Get on the same pit strategy as everybody else. That 83 now coming down pit lane, just trying to get that little bit of extra fuel. So let's see if that 83 machine is going to be able to hold on to that lead. Logan Joyner been really fast here tonight. So that 34 machine going to probably be battling it out really hard with him in just a moment. Yeah, as I see, we're having a little bit of frame drops going on the YouTube and Facebook channel. So if you do see it, do apologize about that. We're trying to get it just under control here. I'm messing around with a couple of settings, but just want to go ahead and give a big shout out to everybody out there on that Facebook, on that YouTube chat. Want to say thank you for being out here with us tonight on this beautiful Tuesday night. Want to also give a big shout out to L&S Customs, as they are the sponsor of the series. L&S Customs, located in Prospect Hill, North Carolina. They're a high-end custom car builder, winners of the 2021 National Street Rod Association, and Builder of the Year for their award-winning Fastlane 50. They offer everything from group up one-off customs to restoring your classics to its original form. Go to lnscustoms.com or search them out on Facebook and check out their latest work. Just want to say that we really appreciate L&S Customs coming on here, being a part of the the Bluegrass series. Really appreciate them doing a really good job with what they do here, And also want to give a big shout out to ButtKicker with the ButtKicker Gamer 2. They did come on late mid last season. Been on here ever since then. Want to give a big shout out to them. You can also go to their website, check out their ButtKicker Gamer 2, and if you put in the discount code Bluegrass iRacing, you get a 20% discount off on it. So you can go check that out. But it does look like that YouTube and Facebook has straightened itself out. Yeah, having a couple of people came down here today working on the internet, so did think they were going to get a lot of the stuff figured out. We did call them and tell them that we had something going on with it. They came out here and fixed something. So hopefully, hopefully hands together, we're praying that it works. So, but right now it looks like we're coming around turns 19 into turn 20. It looks like who's that going down pit lane right now? I want to say that is the 71 of Michael Brisen pulling down pit lane. But right now, John Pill, Robert Richards, Will Weber, and Michael Brisen all coming down pit lane. So Pate's lights are out. So we're going to have to do that one more slow drawn turnaround. Circuit America's here, but hey, we've got 18 laps to go, 17 whenever we get back to the ButtKicker restart zone. You're going to have Logan Joyner and Chris LeBourgeois going to be on that inside-outside lane. You're going to see that second lane with Nate Maurer and Jason Collins going into turn one. Going to see if these guys can battle it out. But as we go to that green flag, we are going to go to a Bluegrass loud pedal, an L&S Customs loud pedal. We're going to turn it up. You can turn the volume up, and that way you get all the sights and sounds of everything. So make sure to pay attention to that whenever we get that green flag going.
Too wide here through the S's. You really got to think about what's about to happen here. You got a car on some older tires sitting in that pole position right now in that first spot. He's going to be the guy that controls the restart. So it's going to be interesting to see how LeBourgeois takes this, how Joyner's going to take his move into one. And, interesting to see where Maurer, Hunter, Collins, guys like Brad Gebhardt, I mean, there's so many positions to be made in turn one. If one of these drivers make contact, two of these drivers go around, anything can happen here. We could see some big changes in the top 5 here in just a moment in turn 1.
Yeah, this is going to be the make or break section of the race. We don't have any more cautions. You know, all cautions are only locally enforced, so there is no more cautions to get them racked back up. No more of that. So right now it's going to be you're going to have to fight for your position, and wherever you start off now, this is where you're going to have to battle from. So it's going to be interesting to see that 83 of Chris LeBourgeois. We know, like we said earlier, one of those drivers really talented. Know he's going to be able to handle it up. Just going to see how it's going to go on those just a couple of lap older tires than everybody else. That's going to be the key thing there to watch for.
Man, we're going like back road speeds on a country road, 45 down 10 to turn 12, as these guys got a lot of time to stretch it out and think about what they're about to be doing for this second half of the race. We are going to have to see a pit stop one more time under green flag conditions, so don't think this is it. They are going to have to stop again. So interested to see how these tires are going to work out for these drivers, how they're going to manage their equipment here. We saw a lot of drivers work out that equipment, wear it out, wear those tires out, get a lot of heat cycle into those tires. We're going to be going here for a good bit. I'm excited to see how these drivers are going to manage their equipment, manage what they got. But as we're getting through one of the more crazier parts of the track here to get these guys set up, you just got to really start playing through your head every little thing you've learned here from tonight and try to execute on this restart. This is going to be the closest you've been back up to those guys you've probably wanted to been raced since the green flag dropped. You lost that little bit of time. So we're going to see some drivers here, I'm sure. Turn up the aggression, turn up the loud pedal, and turn up the intensity. I don't know why I said it like that. Turn up the intensity, and they're really going to see, or you're really going to see, I feel like, some moves and some beatness and bang here in a turn 1. Well, as we get out of turn 19 here, getting ready to go into turn number 20, the iRacing pace car going to take that left turn. Chris LeBourgeois, Logan Joyner have the field in their hands. We'll see what the 83 is going to do here with the field, but as we get ready to go back green, get those volumes turned up and enjoy these sights and sounds from COTA. This is an LNS Customs loud pedal. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that LNS Customs loud pedal as we've got breaking news on the track here. It seems like that 34, he might be getting a black flag that is not going to be cleared from race control. He did get a flag for passing the leader under yellow technically, but it looks like I heard that they're saying that Le Bourgeois missed a shift. Race control is saying something, not necessarily saying something else, but I'm not really sure. They're still getting it sorted out. You see that 34 has not served that black flag. I think Chris has the replay ready. We're going to go on board with Le Bourgeois here. I want to see what it sounds like for that 83 machine. He's in first right now? Let's see. I mean, I don't hear a missed gear.
Yeah, that's one of those things. I didn't really hear anything.
I don't know. That's not my call to make. I'm not going to put my 2 cents into it, but I don't know. That's going to have to be one of those things that they're going to have to. Whoa, and they say that, though. The 34's off. Yeah, that joiner machine did disconnect. So, yeah, not sure. Maybe miscommunication between the driver and race control. I know they were still arguing it from the driver perspective. I didn't know. I personally was thinking maybe race control. Still looking at it. Like I said, not too sure what's going on. Joiner just pulled it off the track. He's going to send it to the hauler. And, yeah, I can tell you, probably not the happiest in that 34 camp tonight. But, we'll just have to continue to, update you on the situation. If we get any more words on it, anything else does happen with this situation. But right now, Jason Collins is going to be out in the lead. Maurer in second with Brad Gebhardt in that third position. As that will be your top 3 here at the moment at lap 21.
As right now, so Jason Collins, after that 34, going to pull that car off the side of the road and go ahead and pull it to the hauler. The 3 of Jason Collins going to go ahead and assume the lead, but he's got that 971 all over that back bumper. So the 971 still showing him, hey man, I'm still here. So that 971 still in second place, but look at that, Brad Gebhardt in that 44 machine, still on that back bumper as well. So Bryce Hunter in that 9 machine currently sitting in that 4th spot, moved himself up into his starting position again. John Pill in that 7 machine started off in pit lane, now currently sitting in that 6th spot or 5th spot. So John Pill doing a good job moving his way up into that 5th spot after a little bit of a spin like that. But we're gonna go back up here on board with that 971, with that 44 of Brad Gebhardt. You see them battling it out right now. See the 3 of Jason Collins still up there in the front, trying to hang on to that lead. Whoa, getting a little bump there coming down into that corner, but going down into turn 12 is that number 3 going to go ahead and get her woed up. You see that that diamond of that corner? That is exactly what you want to be doing in that car right now. That diamonding of the corner is, oh, it's so good to see drivers drive it like that. Ooh. That Jason Collins machine doing a good job out here in the lead. Nate Maurer in that second spot, still trying to get up there to that 3 machine, but we do know Jason Collins, he's hard to get around once he gets up there in the lead.
Looks like 971 going to lock it up into 12. That's going to open up Brad Gebhardt to try to creep back up there. And it looks like Mauer's starting to have some big issues now with the lockups. Starting to see these drivers get a little bit antsy on the braking. You can see Gebhardt trying to open himself up now to Maurer. Collins going to be out in the lead, though, by about 2 seconds. He's going to continue to dig here as we got 12 to go at the stripe. That 3 of Jason Collins, that ButtKicker machine, going to be out in the lead here at COTA. I'm sure feeling good right now.
Yeah, as you see that 971 starting to fall off just a little bit to that 3 machine. Actually, I say that, starting to gain a little bit. Look down. Now he's got about a 2-second gap between him and that 971. Got a really bad drive out of that corner. But down the front straightaway into turn 1, the 971 getting her woed down. The 3 machine getting around turn 1, doing a good job hanging on to that lead. But right now, it looks like starting to put a little bit of time on that 3 machine is Nate Maurer.
Restart again?
I do.
Can you go Le Bourgeois hood view? I want to listen to it from outside the race car. You're on Maurer, not Le Bourgeois. Back again? Sorry. One more time. And then we'll let the fans get back to watching live. I just want everybody to hear this. I want everyone's opinion on this. I can't really tell if it sounds like he missed a shift or not. I don't know. Can't tell. Just genuinely interested. That was a very, very confusing situation we got ourselves into right there. So I was just interested in that. And I wanted to just hear it one more time. It's one of those things that's going to have to be examined. That you're going to have to sit and listen to. You can make the argument it sounds like maybe Le Bourgeois might have missed a shift. To me, it sounds like he didn't miss a shift. It sounds like he just might have spun the rear tires a little bit, or I'm not sure, but
yeah, that's something that's going to have to be looked at by the race control officials. We do know Jason Collins does do the race control as well. You know, he looks at everything as well, but you know, being in the race can't really do anything. So right now you see the 3 machine getting her slowed down up into turns number. Whoa, getting a little loose there. Jason Collins looks like he spun the rear tires just a little bit. So that's going to open up the door for Nate Maurer, who's now down to under a second gap. So Nate Maurer doing a good job hanging on to that to those coattails. But look at that, Brad Gebhardt still all over that back bumper of that 971. Looks like the 44 doing a little bit of Tokyo drifting back there. That 971 taking that turn really wide there. Right now, you see Brad Gebhardt trying to battle it out with Nate Maurer. Oh, as you see the 44 getting her slowed up. Now, Jason Collins out to about a 3-second gap. Look, you just look down. He's about a second gap between him and that 971. Then you look up, and now he's about a 2-second gap between him and that 971. So Jason Collins doing a good job out here in the lead, trying to get away from that 971, but he's hoping that 44 gets up there and starts messing around with that 971, so that way he can battle it up, slow him down just a little bit. But the Jason Collins diving it down into turns 13, going now into turns 14. Whoa, getting her a little slowed up there. You saw him getting a little fishtaily. Looks like he's going to get her checked up there. Going into turns 15, now looking to go down the little straightaway here into turn 16. You see back there, the Brad Gebhardt gets around Nate Maurer. So a pass for that second place position. Brad Gebhardt going to get around Nate Maurer. We'll go back and actually check that on board from that 44. As you see right now, looks like he's getting a really good braking zone. Maybe that 971. Yeah, 971 just overbroke there. 44 Brad Gebhardt going to pull up to the inside lane there. Going to pass him going into turns 13. There you see him getting around him going into turns 13 and 14. So Brad Gebhardt doing a good job getting around that 971.
Jason to just pull away just a little bit up front, Chris, and gotta say, while you were sitting there watching that battle on my little bitty screen over here, was just really analyzing that restart here at the stage. All I gotta say is LeBourgeois didn't miss a shift. No way LeBourgeois missed a shift. RPMs, none of it indicate that he missed a shift. No sounds of missed shift, nothing. The green lights popped, and the 34 machine, unfortunately, did jump the start. That's how it looks for me. I might not be race control, but coming from a neutral party, I 100% think the 34 of Lucas Joyner did jump that restart, and I think race control made the right call tonight.
Yeah, as you're hearing Josh go back, watch that replay just to make sure. So getting a little bit of insight here from the booth. He did go back, check it out there. So maybe that 34 did jump to start. We'll have to check it here in a little bit. Maybe after the race, Josh will go back and look at it. I'll set it for a marker.
Oh, I can tell you, Chris, I've just watched about every camera view I have possible. And confirming from and look at that, Brad Gebhardt loose a little bit. Is that going to open now? Now we're up to 12? Screw what I'm talking about, man. This is more important right now. These are the boys actually out on the racetrack. As you're going to see Gebhardt get her woed up. I love watching those front splitters dive to the front. As you'll see that Simbox machine get her woed up as well. That 971 of Maurer takes that turn so shortly. It's like he's under braking or over braking, excuse me, for 12. I really think that 971 machine could have just a little bit more momentum carried into 12. He seems like he's just getting a little bit over himself. I think he's slowing the car down just a little bit too much, but it's saving those tires, slowing it down a little bit like that. That 971, though, still in a good position, rolling third here at lap number, don't know what lap it is, 25.
Yeah, as you see that 971 and Nate Maurer trying to hang on to the coattails of that 44 Brad Gebhardt. Doesn't look like he's falling back. Oh, the 44 Brad Gebhardt coming down pit lane. Jason Collins also down pit lane. Nate Maurer coming down as well. So it looks like we're going to start that little bit of cycle here. See, Chris LeBourgeois, he did have the older tires. Going to see him come down, probably get on the same pit cycle as everybody else. Josh Clemens falling back, Josh Clemens behind him in that 5th spot in that 99, up 7 spots. And then you got John Pill right behind him. So right now, Jason Collins up on the right side. It looks like everybody else just now getting into their pit lanes.
Blue line would really confuse me where I'm supposed to be pulling in, I feel like. Looks like Collins going to obviously get out first. Looks like Maurer going to start rolling. Oh, Maurer might get out ahead. He is. That 971 machine came in behind Gebhardt. He's going to come out the position ahead. Great execution on pit road from the 971 team. Wide, though. Don't throw it away on corner exit, baby. Good job by Maurer. Woeing her back up in front. But Gebhardt now got his work cut out for him. Lap 26. About 11 to go. He should see, I say 11, 10 to go, 5-9 to go, however much. I'm horrible at math than race car language, so We'll see these boys get it here. Under 10 to go. 971 out in front, second place. But it looks like on those cold tires, these boys going to have to just get them settled in. They don't want to get too over ambitious with them, but we'll see as they woe it up the hill through turn number 9, down the hill, coming into turns 10, turns 11. As you see Collins at the top of your screen now going through the apex of 11. Got himself out to about a 3-second gap. And right here at lap 26 out of 34, it's all Jason Collins right now in the lead.
Yeah, you see Nate Maurer getting out in front of that 44 Brad Gebhardt. Did a good job on that pit exit there. So 971 going to assume that second spot with Brad Gebhardt right behind him. Whoa, a big lockup there from the 44. Brad Gebhardt getting that right front really heated up there. You saw him getting locked up going into turn 16. Now going into turn 15, excuse me. Now going into turn 16. See, Jason Collins still got about a 3-second gap between him and that 971 and Nate Maurer. So Jason not in a predicament like last night's winner was, where he had about a 10, 11 second gap between him and that second place car. He's only got about a 3-second gap. Looks like Brad Gebhardt coming down pit lane again. Oh, might have had a speeding penalty there from that 44. Brad Gebhardt having to pull her down pit lane. Looks like Josh Clemens in the 99 also pulling it down. So now that's going to leave that 3 machine of Jason Collins out on the track with that 971. Bryce Hunter going to assume that 3rd position. So yeah, Brad Gebhardt sitting in pit lane right now. Might have had to serve a speeding penalty. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's taking any tires or anything. So probably unfortunate ring for that 44 machine. As we're going to go back up here on board with Nate Maurer. Currently sitting about 3.5 seconds back from that Jason Collins machine. It looks like Josh Clemens, as you saw, come down pit lane. Christopher Pendell and Josh Pill also down pit lane.
Three of Jason Collins going to woe it back through turn number 11 again, lap 27. 7 laps to go here. This next time by is that 971. He's about 3 seconds back. As that Brad Gebhardt incident on pit road going to promote that 9 of Bryce Hunter into that 3rd position and comfortably 23 seconds from the nearest competition is Bryce Hunter. Behind him, 11 seconds from Nate Maurer. But it looks like right now our top 3 just comfortably in their positions. They're going to be rolling here, just trying to take these laps down. They want to see this thing go checkered, I'm sure.
All right, and here with 7 laps to go, Jason Collins crossing the finish line right now. Going to go ahead and step away to another side-by-side here, brought to you by LNS Customs, but we're going to be right back with you, but we'll go side-by-side, and you won't miss any of the action. You see Jason Collins getting a little bit of a lockup there. It's going to open up the door for Nate Maurer as we welcome you back here to the action. You see Jason Collins coming out of turn 20, having a really big lockup there. So see him getting into turn 1, but Nate Maurer looks like he falling off just a little bit more. Got about a 2 8/10 gap between him and that 3 machine of Jason Collins. Bryce Hunter about 13 seconds back from him as you see him coming up up into turn 1 up the hill, having to do that massive braking zone. But right now, Jason Collins coming into the S's, turns 3, 4, and 5 as you see him getting whipped around there. The 971 doing a good job. Ooh, looks like he might have rode that banana curve just a little closer than he wanted to, but it doesn't look like he hit it or anything. So the 971 still rolling here, but Jason Collins still out in the lead, about a 2 6/10 gap now. So the 971 slowly chipping off a little bit of that time, but it looks like once he starts getting that time chipped off, Jason Collins then starts applying the pressure again. So that 971 still trying to roll it hard, trying to get up here in the lead, but hey, Jason Collins doing a good job out there in the lead.
Yeah, doing a good job indeed. Collins is out in the lead, just kind of hanging a comfortable little position out there, not really having to worry about any types of dirty air, no lapped cars, nothing. He's just been hanging out. As 5 to go when they hit the stripe down the straightaway here. 5 more times they will go. They're going to go, just really all out here these last couple laps. Whatever you've got left in those tires, you really got to maximize this car, maximize everything you've got left in the tank, and just really hit your marks, hit your strides, and make sure you don't put that car into a situation that it doesn't need to be in. You want to finish this thing strong, and if you're Jason Maurer, you're really wanting to finish strong. You got that leader right in front of you. You've got second place right behind you. You want to finish strong in first, and if you're in second, you want to go up there and you want to grab that first place. You want to win this race. So it's going to be fun to see how they manage these last couple laps. 5 laps to go. Should be about 10 minutes, 10 and a half minutes, 12 minutes, however many minutes, with all the blah, blah lap times left of racing. So should have a good bit of racing here left. And these drivers just kind of just get that final push through.
Yeah, if you're in that 971 machine, Josh, you're definitely wanting to get up here and try to catch that leader as best you can. But if you're in that 3 machine like Jason Collins right now, you're definitely wanting to pace yourself as best as you can. You don't want to get up there and start messing up everything, and and mess up your opportunity to get out there and just run your equipment into the ground, not be able to battle up for that position. Because Jason Collins, like we were saying last night, the truck series, we saw a big lead get out, in the front, and nobody was able to really catch the leader. So, he had a lot of time to sit there and just kind of, relax. Well, Jason Collins right now does not have a lot of time to relax. He's still got that 971 breathing all down his neck. And right now he's got it down to about a 2 1/10 gap. So that 971 starting to slowly reel in that 3 machine, Josh.
Yeah, it looks like he's starting to slowly reel him in. 2 2/10 now. It's been upwards of 3 seconds. We'll see if that 3 can handle the pressure. It's getting hotter on his back. Can he handle the heat, my friend? We'll see. Jason Collins, we know he can get it done on the short tracks. We know he's fast on the ovals. Haven't really got to see his road course, presence at all, really. So it's now going to be fun to see here in the closing segments of the race. 5 laps to go, and these boys, man, they've got a lot of racing here. They've got to do amongst themselves. And there it is. Collins loose. It's not going to give Maurer the big run up. But still, you're starting to see Jason Collins overwork those rear tires. Will that 3 machine be able to make it to the end in the lead? Or is he going to surrender this position to Nate Maurer before this is all said and done? As you see him running a little bit wide there, getting the second apex set up very nicely. Rolling the inside lane, getting her woed up here for turn 19. As that hard left-hander can be very deadly on that race car. As you see a little bit of looseness there. The hands working on the wheel as he's going to get her woed up now for turn 20. Hard over on that wheel, really cranking that steering wheel. As you hear those rear tires just really lighten up as he gets through the gears here. Look up at the top of your screen in the mirror. Do your best, Kevin Harvick and Preston, to look up there. As you're going to see him dive it down into 1. But you see Nate Maurer just slowly creeping behind him. As into Turn 1, he goes down the hill, so it looks like he's doing a good job so far. Still out in the lead. He's still only got a 2-second gap, excuse me. Nate Maurer still doing a good job just holding that ball field to Jason Collins. If Jason has a hiccup, Maurer's there to pounce.
Yeah, Josh, and right now this is your closest battle for position. Bryce Hunter in that number 9 machine moved himself up to 1 spot, currently sitting in 3rd. So Bryce Hunter setting himself up onto podium right now, doing a good job. And then Chris LeBourgeois, the driver that we were saying, that had a little bit older tires coming down pit lane, going ahead and getting fresh tires, currently sitting in 4th. So still doing a good job. He's about 21 seconds back from that Bryce Hunter machine. So as you see up there on the track map, they're going into turn 11 right now, while he's only going through turns 3, 4, and 5. So there's definitely a big gap between him and the leaders. But Bryce Hunter going into turn 11 right now. So he's still trying to catch up, but it looks like Jason Collins still got about a 2-second gap, 2 1/10 gap on that second place machine. So Nate Maurer trying his best to catch up. Whoa, you see a little bit of tire smoke there from the 971. Maybe a little bit of a lockup, having to get her slowed down. That's something that whenever you get into these older tires, it's something that really becomes a problem. They do not want to stop the same way, you can push the brake, at one point, and then 5 laps later you push it the same amount, and it does not want to stop. It's definitely a guessing game with the brake bias, having to adjust that on the fly, getting everything situated and figured out. But looks like Nate Maurer falling off just a little bit now down to about a 2 5/10 second gap between him and Jason Collins. So Jason Collins starting to pull out just a little bit in front. As I say that, riding a little wide that 3 machine is. But it looks like the 971 going to have the cleaner line. Jason Collins going to fall out into turn 20, coming down the front stretch with 3 more laps to go at the line.
Yeah, this is your closing segments of the race right here through that 3 machine. These are going to be the longest 3 laps of your life if you're Jason Collins. He's going to feel like this thing is just dragging by that ButtKicker 3. Chevy Camaro going to roll it down the hill again, as Nate Maurer not able to execute into turn 1 like he is into the latter part of the track. So it seems like sector 1s and sector 2 is Nate Maurer's struggling points. He seems to really make up time in the sector 3 part of the track. We'll see if he's able to fix those mistakes. As you see in the blimp cam, that 9 of Bryce Hunter rolling it through at turn 1. He's about 20 seconds off Nate Maurer, 22 seconds off at Collins. So and that's LeBourgeois rolling it down the front straightaway in that 83 machine. Gebhardt in 5th after penalties. Pill in 6th. Clemens 7th. Pendle in 8th. Morris Jr. in 9th. Brizin in 10th. Weber 11th. Joyner 12th. Richards 13th. And Shirk 14th is your field at the moment. But Chris, go back up on board with Jason Collins and Nate Maurer. 2 1/10 the gap. As that Maurer machine, he is trying everything he has to get up here and run with Jason Collins.
Yeah, that 971 trying to throw basically what you say, Josh, throw the kitchen sink out. Now he's got it down to under a 2-second gap, so he's starting to slowly creep up into the picture. 971 having to keep from locking those front tires up. This is the turn that he does lock it up. Turn 12 is one of those, like we said, heavy braking zones. You got to get into the brakes just right before you get that rear end around, as you see riding on board here on that Kinder on board cam with that 971 of Nate Maurer. You see he's got that 3 machine about a 2 3/4 in front of him. Now it's about 2 8/10. So he's keeping him up there, but that 971 trying his best to try to do it. But that 3 machine doing a good job holding on to that lead.
Yeah, Jason Collins doing an excellent job. Still 2-second gap, as he's going to run it wide out of 19 just a little bit, get her slowed up for turn 20. As he's on the penultimate lap of the race, he will grab the white flag next time by. Jason Collins just got to make it around 2 more times, and he will see the checkered flag. But Nate Maurer, he's got 2 more times, a 2nd and 3 1/10. This is the closest he has been in the Collins-Maurer battle here for the lead. As up into turn 1, you see him get wide off the apex. Collins logging up a little bit. Still good momentum from that 971. Still under a 1.5 seconds for Maurer. He's tracking down Collins. He really wants this win here, I feel like, tonight at COTA. And that Simmox machine, it's going to be either him or Collins here. And we're going to see a battle for the ages in these last two.
Yeah, but like we were saying, don't count out that non-machine of Bryce Hunter sitting up one position in that third spot. He's only 24 seconds off. I mean, that is this what feels like an eternity on a road course, but he's still 24 seconds out. Hey, we could have a spin. We could have a, somebody go around that 971, that 3 getting into a little bit of an accident. You never know. That 9 of Bryce Hunter, though, he is sitting on that outside looking in for that winning spot. Whoa, it's a big lockup there from the 971. He's now got that gap down to about a second. So Nate Mauer's got a second time on, oh my goodness, he is going to be battling it out here in a second. As now you see it's about a 8/10 gap between him and that 971. Nate Mauer starting to play the Jaws theme, starting to do his best Ronnie Shirk impersonation and get on the lurk. As you see, he's got a little bit of lockup there. Whoa, as the 3 is now, it's about a second gap now. So the 971 still trying to hold on, but you got that 76 Ron Morris Jr. in front of him. That lap traffic could have something in it unless that 3 machine starts getting on the radio and says, hey, get out of the way.
Yeah. He's telling him to stay low. That's going to slow Jason up, though. Look at this, Chris. 971 might have a run here to 3 wide. Here comes the 971 to the inside lane. Drag race down the front straightaway. White flag here. Side by side, door to door, the 971, the 3 into turn 1. Who is going to be the most committed? The 3 is going to get around.
Whoa, but he's going to keep it going.
They're both sideways. Man, what a battle. The 3 somehow still the lead. 971, big drive in. Nate Mauer made up the second gap almost on Collins. Will he have one of those almost Brad Gebhart-like moves?
I was muted during my whole speech. Oh, the 971. Oh, he gets locked up there. Let's see if that is going to hurt him. No, it doesn't look like it hurts him, but he's about a 7/10 gap between him and that 3 machine now. So the gap's starting to slowly peek back out. If Jason Collins can drive this, and not make any more mistakes coming down into turn 12.
He's in the draft. He ain't going to go for it. Oh, a big lockup for Mauer. Jason's really going to have to mess up now if Mauer wants this back. And there it is, wide! Oh, this is still anybody's ball game!
Whoa,
Collins putting down the right rear! As through the final sections of the track, turn number 18, down the chute, into 19, Collins in the lead for the moment, 8/10 out in front of Mauer, as around 19, big drive in for the 971, as the C of the 3 can hold it up, he's just got to get it. As Jason Collins is gonna take the checkered flag, he is gonna win here at the Circuit of Americas. Bryce Hunter to pick up a solid 3rd position and the final podium spot. Bryce Hunter going to finish in 3rd. We'll get through your results here in just a moment. Everybody's still taking that checkered flag, so it's going to be a minute before we get everybody across the line. But other than that, It's going to be Jason Collins, Nate Maurer, and Bryce Hunter filing out your 3 podium positions. Is LaBourgeois going to come for a solid 4th here tonight? That 83 machine going to pick up 4th place. There's Brad Gebhardt, who is running highest as 2nd here tonight. Pit road speeding penalty going to put him back into 5th, as he should grab 5th place comfortably, 30 seconds ahead of his closest competition through 19. As he's going to get her woed up for 20 for the last night. Checkered flag for Brad Gebhardt. He's going to pick up 5th place here. As after a surprise turn of events here tonight, some funky restarts that caused penalties. Jason Collins, he's going to pick up the win here at Coda. And Chris, I got to say, I was not expecting to have Collins at P1 tonight.
Right here, as we're going back, we're just going to watch it real quick.
Green lights, joiner instantly goes, which is what they're supposed to do, and I understand that. I don't know. It's one of those calls that, as I was talking about it earlier, I was just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just going to go back to my original statement of I'm not going to call that. LaBourgeois could have very well flipped the tires, but you just see it looks like the 34 just gets off to way more of a restart than one. And I understand the old tires, but man, I don't know. It just, to me, it feels like the 34 might have gotten out just in front a little bit quicker than the 83, but you never know. It's one of those things that at the end of the day, I don't make those decisions. I don't make those judgments. I'm just an idiot on a broadcast making a call about something purely off of other experiences. So yeah, so don't take what I say with a grain of salt sometimes, because I might be a buffoon when it comes to calling those kind of restarts right there. As our post-race results are up here, Jason Collins, that 3 machine, gonna pick up the win here tonight. Coming in 2nd place, gonna be Nate Maurer with Bryce Hunter in 3rd. Chris LaBourgeois in 4th. Brad Gebhardt in 5th with John Pill in 6th. Josh Clemens 7th. Christopher Pindell in 8th. Ron Morris Jr. in 9th with Michael Brizin in 10th. Will Weber 11th. Logan Joyner in 12th with Robbie Richards in 13th. And Ronnie Shirt gonna round out your field in 14th position. But just waiting on our drivers here to get into the staging area. And then we will get your interviews wrapped up here and get everybody here in the Bluegrass YouTube and Facebook rolling here tonight. As we saw a great race here tonight at the Xfinity Series for the Circuit of Americas. Very interesting change of events. And man, gotta say, was not expecting to see Jason Collins in that first spot. And speaking of him, we're going to go ahead and bring in that number 3 machine up. Jason Collins would have a word with your race winner here tonight. Jason Collins, Chris and Josh up in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you picked up the win here tonight at Coda. Some unfortunate circumstances for some other drivers off the restart, but hey, either way, take them where you can get them. That 3 machine going to pick up a very good win here at Coda. Saw some awesome racing there between you and Maurer there at the end. It just seemed like back and forth, putting a gap on him, then him putting the gap right back down. It seemed like if we could have got just another 2-3 more laps out of that could have been just even crazy racing. We could have seen a different finish, but there was 34 laps for a reason, and Jason, those 34, you look pretty dominant out there. So hey, congratulations on the win, and yeah, take us through how it feels picking up that win here in the inaugural race at Coda for the Xfinities.
This was pretty good, man. Just I know I was nervous the entire like last 2 laps. So I made more mistakes than I probably should have. Just trying to be too cautious instead of just racing. Um, and not take anything away from Maurer because he's a good driver and he's a hell of a racer. Um, I just felt like I saved enough tire, that if something did happen, I could, I was trying to maintain and just keep that gap around a second, no or so, and every time he would gain on me, I'd kind of pull back out, like you said, just trying to maintain not to burn up my stuff. And luckily it worked out. Like I said, I got nervous when we caught up with that lap car and kind of wasn't sure what he was doing there for a second. I should have called out sooner what I wanted him to do, and that's on me for that. But ended up still, getting the move on him and won after we went side by side there. So I gave it away.
Yeah. Hey, man, it was a good race. I mean, you got wide there in 20. You made the drag race back up the hill into 1. Either way, man, you stuck it out there. You did a great job, Jason. I mean, it's one of those things. Like I was telling Chris just a moment ago, there was no way you could have came in tonight and told me, yeah, Jason and Maurer, they're going to be the guys up there racing 1 and 2. I've seen you guys on so many different courses before, but the road courses are one of those tracks that you never really know who to expect, and you never really can put your finger on who you're going to think is going to be successful at them. And got to say, you caught me off guard, man. You have some very good speed on the road courses, and I know with a little bit of fine tuning around the edges, might make a damn good road course race out of you, Jason.
See, we won Watkins Glen in the trucks last year. I feel like we won another one.
I know, yeah, I do remember you winning Watkins
Glen, but probably, and that was after I about gave it away 3 times and spun out. But I think it was Daytona. I was doing really well at Daytona, considering how many times I went off track. I still had a top 5, I think, or something like that. So
you're not doing road course racing right in stock cars if you don't got off tracks though, right? So
yeah, exactly. So I've had a little bit of luck with the road courses. Luckily, didn't really know anything about Coda, so I did some practice earlier today, and obviously it paid off. I was kind of afraid to run where I was at earlier. I ran a 2:18.5 earlier today, and I was probably should have went that hard in qualifying, but I was more focused on just putting down a time at all, and just start, letting the race come to me and not trying to force anything. So, and I hate what happened to Logan. Like, it was unfortunate. I have to go back and look at that and see what happened, but we have rules for a reason. The guys in the race control booth are literally just enforcing the rules as they're written. They're not, not for fun. It's not, they volunteer their time, and this is so that we can all race and everyone is, follows the same rules. So that's part of it, part of racing, man. And unfortunately, that doesn't go the way they want it to. Sometimes they get upset. So I don't know that we'll see Logan again, but it'd be unfortunate if we don't, because he's a heck of a racer, and I was looking forward to battling with him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that too as well, man. It does stink, and it threw a big curveball into the night. But Jason, at the end of the night, you walk away victorious, and either way, mishappenings, anything happening on the track, it's still got to feel sweet. Picking up that win here at Coda. I mean, it's our inaugural, our inaugural week coming in here. First time the Bluegrass guys have been to the Circuit of Americas. And I got to say, so far between the trucks and the Xfinity, had a lot of fun here tonight, and excited to see what you guys got wrapped up for us here tomorrow in the Cup Series. But, other than that, we just got to say a big thank you to Jason, or big thank you to you, Jason. You allow us to come out here, be here, call these awesome races, at these awesome tracks with a lot of good drivers. But Jason, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything for the Bluegrass faithful, the Jason Collins fans out there, we're more than welcome to let you go ahead and throw them out there.
Obviously, big shout out to LNS Customs for being the primary sponsor on the series for us this year. Couldn't do this without those guys and their support. David and his wife, have made an incredible business out there with LNS and Raleigh, so make sure you guys check them out. Also, Kinder Performance Group, they're another group of guys with John and his dad that are just amazing. They've provided more support, in the form of the carts, but also, in information and just being a overall mentor. So big thank you to those guys. Big thank you to ButtKicker for being our sponsor that gives out a prize, other than, a little bit of money, which is always, we know everybody loves money. But also, thank you to Brian, Casey, Dylan, Gary, anybody that helps, Akamai, anybody that's helped doing race control. Those guys volunteer their time, and obviously you guys for putting on the broadcast. So I appreciate y'all. Have a good night.
Appreciate you too, Jason. Have a good night as well, buddy. We'll be hopefully talking to you here soon.
See ya.
See you, man. All right, and that was Jason Collins, your first place winner. Going to go ahead and have a word with second place at 971 Nate Maurer. See what he's got to say about that second place at Coda here tonight. Nate Maurer, Chris, and Josh up in the Bluegrass booth. You got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you guys. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Well, hey, you picked up second place here. It was one of those nights tonight. It seemed like as you were making up the space, Jason, you had a lot of opportunities there in the end that you could have, honestly probably could have taken the lead, but it seemed like those tires starting to come in, trying to really overdrive that race car. I know how it goes, especially on a road course, man. It's one of those things. You see that guy in front of you mess up, you instantly think, got to get into the gas just a half a second earlier, got to do this, and then that comes back to bite you. It's just mistake after mistake on his part, your part. It just feels like nobody can end up just getting a solid run at each other. But, it was still a good race between you and Jason. You had some areas where you were putting on some absolute demon braking, some other spots where you were making up really good ground, hitting insanely good apexes compared to Jason running wide. So, Nate, take us through those last couple laps, sir. We saw that you for sure were starting to maybe struggle with the rear tires like everybody else was out on the track. But, it seemed like you could have had a little bit of a different outcome here tonight if the cards just played your way a little bit better. But, yeah, Nate, just take us through those last couple laps. And, how does it feel picking up second here at Coda?
No offense, but everybody else must suck here just like me if I finish second. I legitimately practiced 10 laps on Friday with Jason, and I signed in to this session at like 8:40 tonight. I didn't think I was going to make it here tonight, but I did. Yeah, that restart there. Feel bad for Logan Joyner. I kind of thought maybe he just tried jumping it, but I went back and just watched it, and I guess the 83 just started in second gear. It sounded like he started in second gear.
Yeah, something.
And that's just what happens when it just happens. It's just racing. He has every right to be up front there to be up there. I mean, but yeah, it sucks for Logan what happened there. But so I kind of took it 3 wide. I didn't know what the whole rule was. I didn't know isn't there like 2 finish lines? I don't really understand this track.
Yeah, there is.
I never raced here before. I don't know.
One line's for the open wheels, the other line's for stock cars. They
I don't
obviously, yeah.
So I don't know which one's which. So I didn't want to get reared in from behind, so I just kind of went to the outside of them. And then after the finish line, I said I'm just going to outbrake him and take him and Jason 3 wide, and came out in front of the 83, but I was still behind Logan and Jason. And yeah, he had a good lead on me there, and I felt like I was better than him in the second half of the track, and he was so much better than me. After them S's, all them turns between there, he killed me there. I was trying to learn. I just couldn't do it. And then that first stage when I got around, tried outsmarting Jason and Brad by taking less fuel. I figured I just took enough fuel just to get me to the end of the stage. That's how I came out in front of them. And then when I got in front of them, like, this is a bad idea. I got nobody to follow now. I did everything. Much respect to Jason for not dumping me. So many turns there that for that stage end, he could have easily dumped me. I had no idea where I was going. This track just seems like it's different every time I go around it. And then there at the end, I just told Doug was in my channel along with my teammate Chris Pendle. Told him that I'm just going to start out breaking him and just I don't know. I was just trying to outbreak Jason. That's kind of why I called up to him, and he made a couple mistakes. And then there, when Jason made that mistake on the last lap going into turn 1, he overdrove it, and I got underneath him. And my buddy, teammate Pendle, is telling me, hey, when you get to me, just let me know you want me to go. And Doug was yelling at me that Jason was outside. I didn't know what was going on, so I just let off the gas and let Jason go. I didn't want to go side by side. And Doug just kept on telling me all night, look at the big picture. Logan Joyner had black flags or whatever. I'm going to come out of here with the points lead. So that's how I got to look at it. It's about time Jason won a race, though. Man, he was good in them trucks, man, but he's been nowhere to been found in these Xfinity cars.
Oh gosh, man,
and,
you're gonna.
and you guys wanted this Hobbs rivalry. He didn't even want to race tonight in here.
Dang it, man. Well,
But no, much respect to Jason, man. He definitely deserved it. He was better than me here tonight. I felt like I was better than him in the long run. Even that first run there, I kind of
yeah.
caught up to him. But screw this track. I hope he never puts it on here again. I hate road course racing. I mean, everybody else is like D class, C class, or B class, and there I was up front with a rookie 2.50 rating. But yeah, it was it was a good race. I was trying so hard there at the end. My buddy Chris Pendle, my teammate, he was trying to get in there for the top 10, and I think he finished 7th or 8th. So good job to him. Too bad we didn't sign up for these for in our team standings, because I think we'd be up there. But it is what it is. My buddy Doug Neal had a good run last night in the Truck Series, so hopefully Simbox can keep on running up front here.
And y'all have looked good here, man. And it's just been one of these things now where it seems like we're gonna be seeing the Maurer Jason fights out on the track.
That's how it was last season too. And then Ronnie was nowhere to be found. It seemed like the first half of the season, and it's like, where the heck did Ronnie come from?
Yeah,
but he's in that championship slump, man. Everything goes through it, man. You win that championship, and then I don't know what happened to Ryan. I seen him. I don't know if he just started and parked, or if he got wrecked,
he wrecked in like the first couple laps through the S, like 3 wide, 2 wide, something like that.
Oh yeah. My!
He just lost it, man, and went out and got stuck in an Onco barrier. The car was stuck in it; it wouldn't move.
But yeah, he's kind of in a slump right now. I hope he gets better. I need somebody else up here to help race against Jason. But no, congrats to Jason. Congrats to I think Bryce Hunter finished 3rd, but Logan Joyner would have won that race. Everybody can tell me different. He would have won that race. He was just.
Oh yeah, he was fast.
I can't even say he was making mistakes. I was too far behind him. I couldn't even tell if he was making mistakes. But yeah, it is what it is. It was a good run for us here, and yeah, I don't even know where we're going next week. But yeah. No, I suck there. So yeah.
Yeah, we're going to Auto Club next week.
Yeah, you suck here too. It's okay, Maurer. You're still better than me at it, so who cares?
Yeah, it is what it is.
Well, Nate, again, congratulations, buddy, on the 2nd place. If you've got any final shout-outs, words, or anything before you get going here, you're more than welcome to throw them out there. If not, we'll be seeing you at Auto Club, man.
Oh yeah, shout out to Jason for running this league. If it wasn't for him, none of us would be here. You guys for broadcasting this. My old man's watching right now. He's got something to watch. Shout out to my teammate Pendle. And the main thing on my Simbox, man, my buddy Doug Neal, he's putting on a hell of a show there in Truck Series. Our old teammate Joey Doucette said he was going to go in there and dominate, but he's doing everything but dominating. He won a fuel strategy race. I know he's watching right now, so I'm just throwing a little shade at him. But nah, Joey's a good guy too. But I got to go for my Simbox boy Doug Neal. So that's it, guys.
Well, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, Nate, man. Again, congratulations on 2nd, and hey, we'll be looking for you out at Auto Club, even though you say you're
yeah, you won't be talking to me next week, guarantee it.
All right, we'll see. But
have a good night, guys.
Right, you too, man. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and bring in Bryce Hunter, get a quick interview with that non-machine, and we'll be letting Bluegrass fans get out of here in just a moment. Bryce Hunter, Chris and Josh up in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Doing fine, man. Well, hey, you picked up a 3rd place here. We got a driver black flagged, and it's going to move everybody up 1 spot. So I know that 1 position on everybody probably just felt so good. It gave Jace the win, got Nate in 2nd, and it moved you up onto the podium here. And, hey, a podium definitely in a track like COTA. We know a lot of guys just were not having probably the most fun tonight. That's probably got to be almost a win at some point for somebody. And I got to say, 3rd place, good job, Bryce. And, hey, you kept the car clean. You didn't make too many mistakes that we were aware of. I could say you didn't make any bad enough mistakes to the point where it was like, hey, did you just see Bryce Hunter go run into the Onco barrier? Honey shirk. But it's just one of those things, Bryce. You managed the car. You did a good job. And, hey, you came home 3rd. How does it feel to pick up the podium? And, just walk us through what it felt like to be out there on COTA here in the Xfinity cars.
Well, the Xfinity cars are a handful, no matter what track you're on. This track was no exception to that. I lost the first stint, lost the rear grip and the rear tires probably about halfway through that stint, and started wheel hopping really bad, and started falling back in time. And luckily, there's a big enough gap between me and the guy behind me to where it didn't catch, or the guy behind me didn't catch. But hitting the turtles and stuff like that. I made a couple mistakes tonight, and I want to thank Hobbs actually for calming me down when I was getting a little frustrated with myself. So, but other than that, the second stage felt really nice. Learned from my first stage and what I needed better, and came out with a third place finish and a little bit of luck on her side.
It's not always about being the best car out on the track all the time, man. Sometimes sometimes it's about having a little bit of luck. And hey, Bryce, you had it tonight. You picked up the third, man, and we know you're probably going to be ready to get out of COTA, get wrapped up for Auto Club next week. So looking forward to next week. How you feeling? And just how you looking forward going to COTA? Or not COTA, excuse me, Auto Club. My bad.
Well, the only time I ever raced Auto Club was on NASCAR Heat, so it's going to be interesting. I don't think I even own the track. So, I mean, I'm ready for it. I enjoy ovals on the Xfinity cars. I really enjoy road courses. Yeah, I'm ready to go. The Empire Motorsports team is ready to go, and we should be a threat out there.
Well, hey, we're excited to see what you got for us, Bryce. If you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, or anything you want to throw out there before we let you go here tonight, buddy, you're more than welcome to go ahead and get them out there.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and thank my sponsors, all family business. I have my TNC Lawn Landscaping over my stepdad, Eric's Carpet Care over my uncle, all both on my car. I also want to thank you guys for the support you guys gave me back in, I believe, September with my grandma passing. I want to say thank you to that. My family really appreciates that.
Hey man, we love you and your family. So if y'all are watching right now, we still thinking about you, still love you, man.
Well, I appreciate it. And thanks to Jason for putting this on. It's a hell of a league. Been here for 3 seasons, and I can't see myself racing for another league. But again, thank you guys for broadcasting. It's a great show every week.
Appreciate the kind words, Bryce. Well, hey, man, we're excited that you're back with us up here in the booth. We're getting to have a word with that 9 machine again. And, we might see a little bit of NASCAR heat bouncing off the walls tomorrow or not tomorrow, next week on Auto Club. But, hey, we're still excited to see you get out there and, maybe get a handle on that track better than some of those boys out there. So, hey, Bryce, congrats on that third place again tonight, man. And we'll be seeing you next week.
I thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man. All right, and that was Bryce Hunter, your third place finisher. All I got to say after that race is, man, am I ready for the Cup Series race tomorrow? I know it is going to be slammed packed full of a lot of talent. We've got a lot of guys out there. They have a lot of road course expertise. You are going to be seeing drivers really sling down some good lap times, and we're going to see some hardcore racing in the Cup Series tomorrow. There is no doubt about it. But other than that, Chris, do you have any final words before we let the folks go here tonight?
Yeah, just a big shout out to LNS Customs, for like Jason said in his interview, for coming on, being the primary sponsor, for letting us, be able to put on this this awesome show that we can, to be able to allow me and you to to be able to sit here and watch these races every week. It's a lot of fun, Big shout out to ButtKicker for coming on halfway last season, like I said earlier, coming on, showing the support, allowing us to do it for that, that part of it too. John Kinder for the Kinder Performance Group, coming on, Rims One for, what they've done for the league. All the Facebook, all the YouTube people, hey, it doesn't matter who you are, family member, family member to them, you're a family member to us. If you come out here and you sit on this YouTube or this Facebook, you're one of our family members, and we care about you just as much. So just a big shout out to the Bluegrass fandom. Big shout out to Jason for putting all this on. And a big shout out to Jason, Nate, and Bryce for taking that 1, 2, and 3. And I can't wait for that Cup race tomorrow.
Well, that is all it is going to be from me and Chris up here in the Bluegrass booth. If you're on that YouTube, make sure to hit that notification bell, subscribe button. And if you're on that Facebook, hit the like button, share us out in Messenger to your Facebook walls, and let us know or let your friends know about the awesome racing we've got going over here on the Bluegrass platform. Other than that, I think this is going to be all from Chris and Josh up here in the Bluegrass booth, signing off, saying good night, enjoy the rest of your night, and we will see you tomorrow night for the Cup Series race here at COTA.